Hello, we're Andy, the Maniacal Cinephile, and here is our thoughts on Scream. Or Scream 2022. Or Scream 5.
Look, Andy, it says the killer is on the poster.
Duh, the killer is right there.
Sorry. I got COVID the week after Christmas. Still trying to figure out how I got it.
You can trust me.
Scream is a new slasher film and the 5th entry in the series.
Andy, then why isn't it called Scream 5?
Because horror movies and WrestleManias don't have numbers anymore.
And coming soon, another Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
The movie is a relaunch of the franchise, but is a direct sequel to 2011 Scream 4. It took 10 years to make because there were 3 seasons of a TV show, and then the Weinstein Company closed, putting the franchise in limbo.
And Harvey Weinstein in jail.
All the producers were great.
Sadly, this is the first Scream movie not directed by John Carpenter, because he died.
No, little buddy. Wes Craven directed the Scream movies, and John Carpenter, though he looks like a corpse, is still alive. Craven was contracted to direct Scream 5 and 6, but passed away in 2015. Instead, Scream 2022 comes from the filmmaking team, Radio Silence, consisting of directors Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett, known for VHS, Southbound, and Ready or Not. They were a wise choice. If you haven't seen Ready or Not, then do so. I recommend it. The sequel is written by James Vanderbilt and Guy Busick, while the original screenwriter, Kevin Williamson, serves as an executive producer. 25 years and 25 days after the original, let's see what this film's insides look like. 25 years after Billy and Stu terrorized the town of Woodsboro, high schooler Tara Carpenter is home alone, texting her friend Amber. The landline rings, and Tara answers only to be confronted by a sadistic caller who forces her to answer horror trivia.
This isn't funny, Amber.
Would you like to play a game, Tara?
Don't do it! The prizes always suck!
I'd kill her too, just for liking the badonkadonk.
When she gets a question wrong, Ghostface gives her the Drew Barrymore treatment. But with a twist.
I was as shocked as Ghostface.
Tara is played by Jenna Ortega, and I'm becoming a fan. Not only was she great in this, but she was in The Babysitter sequel, the 2nd season of You, and she'll be playing Wednesday Addams on Netflix. Tara's friend Wes informs her older sister Sam about Tara's attack. Sam, who turned to drugs and fled Woodsboro at the age of 18 after discovering a dark family secret, returns with her boyfriend Richie. Sam and Richie seek help from Dewey Riley, played by former WCW heavyweight champion David Arquette, who has been in a bad place.
He lives in a trailer.
David Arquette, or his character.
Like in real life, Dewey and Gail got a divorce. The former sheriff tells them about the rules for surviving and eventually helps them. Dewey contacts Sidney Prescott and Gail, informing them that after 10 years, the killings have started again.
Do you have a gun?
I'm Sidney Prescott, of course I have a gun.
Gail's gonna get more than a punch the next time she runs that mouth.
I'll send you a copy.
Oh, Sydney, share with us, please.
The plot toys with fan expectations and delivers something familiar, yet new. Horror has changed in the last 10 years, and the movie squeezes all the meta juices they can out of that.
Like the producers, squeezing this franchise for every last dollar.
However, like the other Scream movies, the self-awareness can become a bit much. I don't need the movie constantly winking at me. Ew. Our returning legacy characters include Roger L. Jackson as the voice of Ghostface, Dewey, Gale Weathers,
And Sidney Prescott, played by Jennifer Love Hewitt.
What? Again, no. Neve Campbell played Sidney. Hewitt was in I Know What You Did Last Summer. Same screenwriter, though. These actors have now played these characters over 4 different decades.
Wow. All this because Maureen Prescott slept around.
You ready for this? Never.
Hey, the directors don't care if she's ready or not. Sadly, the legacy characters don't have much to do. For instance, we first see Sidney going on a jog with a stroller. She's married and has kids, but they don't go into any of that at all. They each only have maybe 3 scenes.
Hello, Sydney. It's an honor.
Turns out, this whole thing was a Comedy Central roast.
In many ways, this film is a passing of the torch.
Also, because people are literally torched.
Wes Craven is gone, and a new cast and filmmakers have to keep this franchise alive.
You want me to help you and the host of a morning show commit murder, correct?
Yeah.
It worked for Diane Sawyer. The new blood is decently developed and has a lot of time to shine. The kills are brutal, and we feel for most of the characters. This is probably the most violent Scream movie.
I won't sleep until he's in the ground.
I say the same thing about Michael Cole.
Ghostface has always been a cool character, despite always being a different person. This time around, the Ghostface killer was more serious, badass, and thankfully, less clumsy.
He was a killer that fell down more than the victim.
For the most part, the movie kept me guessing. However, like an episode of Scooby-Doo, it's always a letdown when you discover that the killer is just some nobody.
But the greatest character the Scream series gave to cinema was Officer Doofy.
Did you just say that you went poopy?
Yeah, it was good.
The Scream movies have always been meta and self-aware. The original Scream put the rules of horror movies under a magnifying glass and dissected them. Scream 2 tackled sequels, Scream 3 tackled trilogies, Scream 4 was a commentary on remakes, and Scream 5 tackles the requel.
Andy, what's a requel?
Reboots that are sequels set many years later that include legacy characters. They even joke how this movie is just called Scream, like Halloween 2018 is just called Halloween.
And in case anyone forgot, evil dies tonight!
Evil dies tonight!
Not only is Scream 5 a commentary on requels, but the characters also debate what they call elevated horror movies, like The Babadook, Hereditary, Midsommar, Get Out, or The Vivitch. Pretty much anything made by A24. During the climax, the film also calls out toxic fandom and Hollywood's reliance on nostalgia and fan service. In Scream, the fans of the Stab movies complain about how the movies suck and harass the filmmakers until the fans win.
No amount of complaining is gonna fix the Terminator series.
The Scream movies are almost critique-proof in a way, because they are so self-aware and even poke fun at themselves.
Ooh, and I love self-defecating humor.
Scream does what these requels, or legacy sequels, get right, and cleverly avoids what they get wrong. It respects the past, while making a path for the future.
Seen this movie before?
Not this movie, Sydney.
She's probably thinking of Scary Movie 5.
It's not perfect. There's one distracting, digitally de-aged ghost, your typical empty hospital, and a couple lame fake-out gags. But knowing Scream, maybe they were meant to be lame on purpose? Huh. Maybe I need to oil these hinges. All right! So, is Scream 5 our favorite scary movie? No, but it is another solid entry, and I welcome a more serious Scream film. The hype is high, but I'd lower your expectations a bit. There are plenty of references and Easter eggs for die-hard fans. Most importantly, it honors and respects the work of Wes Craven. They even dedicate the movie to him. This has been Andy. Hello?
Hello? Who is this?
Andy?
I'm not interrupting anything, am I? You three look deep in thought.
No. Wait, what do you mean, look?
What's your favorite scary movie?
I don't know. Cats?
Do you want to die tonight?
Eh.
This has been Andy, the Maniacal Cinephile.
Thanks for liking and subscribing.
We'll see you next time!